Good morning and welcome back to the channel on what is a freezing cold day in the Bay Area. The neighbor's grass has frost. The Lexus has frost. So does the other Lexus. The Fiat, it looks like it has a white top. Yeah, we still have the Porsche 718. If you've been watching my videos in the last couple of days, you know that I've rented this car from Turo and it is time for me to bring it back. But before I bring it back, I'm going to do a quick little review of it, take it on a drive on one of my favorite roads here in the Bay Area, and then I'll have to, unfortunately, give it back to its owner. So without further ado, cold, really cold start for the Porsche Boxster 718. Driving the Porsche 718. One thing I didn't really notice yesterday, because I had it in sport mode all the time, is that when you don't have it in sport mode, you'll get this whole like kind of like hybrids do, where it just shuts off when you're at a stop sign and then turns on. Like, I mean, you could really hear it turn on when it turns back on. It's like, it's not like my CT where the engine kind of comes on a little bit. This thing, it just, but yeah, that caught me by surprise the first time. And then, as you'll see in this clip right here, that's a little bit of an awkward situation when it's stopped for a while, where it's like, turn me back on. It's like, whoa, who told you to turn off? There you go, turned off. Turn back on. Yeah, it's kind of strange. I guess it's supposed to be gas efficient. So. All right, headed down one of my favorite roads in the Bay Area. Now it's time to put it in sport mode. Let's go. A moment to stop and check out the Porsche 718. Really want to be on the road, but figured I gotta do this. Talk about the car. So we'll go ahead and turn it off. And yeah, the first thing you see is this key. The key is supposed to be in the shape of a car. It could go in either way, and it goes on the left side. And I mentioned it before in some other videos, and you probably have heard it from other folks, but the reason why the Porsche key is on the left side is because back when they did Le Mans racing, the thought would be that you'd run to your car, because back then you had to run to your car to start the race. Run to your car, your left hand has your key, while your right hand goes to your gear shifter. And yeah, that way both hands are doing something at the same time. So that's why the key goes in there. And I know Porsche is actually one of the only ones that don't have a push to start, like let's say my CT200 has. These guys have opted to stay with the whole traditional cranking of the engine, although the key is obviously not your traditional key. And speaking of the key, you got 4 buttons. You got your unlock, your lock, and you got your frunk and your trunk. Because this car, of course, has a mid-engine, it has a trunk and a frunk as well. Going on your design, pretty cool tail lights. And what Porsche is going with the 4 dots system. They do that in the back and also in the front. You have your wing that pops back out. And I think you go about 50 miles per hour. It'll do it automatically, or you can actually do it on your own manually. And dual exhaust. As far as turn signals, you have nothing on the mirror like some cars do. Porsche's gas tanks are on the passenger side front, not in the rear, and not on the driver's side like some of your cars. Again, going with the 4 light system, Porsche has that there on their headlights as well. You have an LED style turn signal, which is usually white and then turns orange. Moving on to the interior, like past Porsches, you still have a storage compartment on the door here. The only thing they limited where it opens up from the top, it just opens up from the side, but you do get a little bit additional storage here. Continuing on with interior storage, you have your glove box, which has a USB, what looks like some sort of other port in there as well. Storage in your center console. That's about it when it comes to storage inside the interior, but I would say a good amount of storage. You noticed in the center console, yeah, there is no handbrake. The handbrake is out to the left. Push to turn on and a pull to release. Oh, you also get this ashtray. As far as the sound system goes, I haven't really played with it too much, but it is a touchscreen, which is pretty cool. With a car like this, you know, I'm not really listening to the radio, and this one does not come with the navigation package, although you could get it. So I haven't got a chance to play with any of that. But yeah, this is a huge upgrade from what the past Porsche Boxsters had. I think if I were to own this car, I'd enjoy this much more than what I have. Especially with having the reverse camera, which I don't have in mind, with the sensors and all that. A really nice touch to an already great car. You got your seat warmers here. I know that you can get an option of some cold seats or cooling seats, which is what I would probably typically use most of the year, all day, every day. Go to the steering wheel. You have these little toggle wheels. They go up and down. They change items within the system. Same with the left side. I believe you also use these for the radio. You have your phone buttons, the Joker's button, which I think you can customize to have it whatever you want. You got your paddle shifters, which are, I believe they're metal. They're, yeah, super solid when I use them, and I'll use them in a bit when we're out on the road again. Your infamous cup holders that pop right out. I know Doug DeMuro is a huge fan of these. I, owning the older version of these, have had trouble with them, and I think they're sensitive. Your shifter, this is the PDK. This is not the first time I've used PDK. I've gotten to use this at the Porsche Experience in LA. Great transmission, super smooth, buttery smooth, flawless. You know, I love driving manual transmissions, but if I'm gonna drive an automatic transmission, this is a great setup. And you basically got your park to drive on the left, and you can smash it to the left and then have your manual transmission. And I believe you could go, yeah, up is down and down is up on this one. But I just like using the paddle shifters instead myself. Yeah, the top, you got your 3-car garage buttons, and you got your lights, your map lights, and parking's the sensors on or off. The sun visors do not move to the side, so if you got the sunshine beaming at you, yeah, it's just gonna beam on you. But you know, what can you do? All right, we're gonna start this, and because this car does have a turbo on your system here, I mean, you could change this, but I'll leave it as is for now. But you got your fuel gauge, you got your turbo PSI. As it starts to wind up, that'll change, and you got your temperatures of your oil, your water, and also the PSI as well. So, yep, you got your gear indicators right in the middle. You got right there. You put in reverse, or you could put in drive. You see what position you're in. You put it in manual mode. You see that change. Yep. You got your reverse camera. It's funny, it shows you a Porsche Boxster, but that's not the color of this Boxster. What's up with that? Then I'll show you guys the top. So it's super simple on this one. You're just going to hold this button. The windows go down. The top comes off. Fairly quick. It is freezing here right now in California, in the Bay Area, so this is gonna go right back up. And pull this up, windows go down again to allow for room, and just like that, keep holding it till the windows close, and yeah, just like that, it's all set to go. That's a lot quicker than my Porsche. Also, my Porsche has this latch that you have to do on your own at the end. Let's hit the road and talk about the way this car drives. Setting it into sport mode. See if you can hear the difference. Oh yeah, I could hear it. All right, wanted to talk about the specs of the engine because we didn't really get a chance to talk about that. First of all, the engine is a 4-cylinder Boxster engine. Now, if you don't know why they call it Boxster engine, it's sort of because the cylinders are like boxing each other. For lack of better words, but that's pretty much why they call it a Boxster engine. In the past, they've all been 6 cylinders. This one, they've gone down to 4, but they've added turbos to the engines to make up for the power, to let more air in as the car is winding up. But yeah, some more specs on it. If you get the base model, it's 300 horsepower, and you could do 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds with a top speed of 170 miles per hour. If you upgrade to the S model, which is gonna hit you for some pretty high cash, then it goes from 300 horsepower up to 350 horsepower. So an added 50 horsepower. Your 0 to 60 goes down from 4.9 seconds to 4.4 seconds, and your top speed goes up another 7 miles per hour, so going from 170 miles per hour. Now I'm looking at the Porsche website here, and you can get the 718 Boxster brand new for $59,000. That's the base model. But if you go for the S model, then you're looking at a starting price of $71,400, and that's American. Now let's hear the exhaust in all its glory. Yeah. I'll hopefully set this camera up where you can at least see this action happening, right? Because that's what you came here for, to see this. I'm gonna take it easy on this first little stretch here because there's a sign that says, drive like your kids live here. Yeah, I have cats, so I'm gonna drive even safer because the cat could be running out there. Time to throw it into manual mode. So, car's already in 4th gear. I think that's a little bit high. So let's drop it. Yeah, the way this just switches gears, it amazed me when I tried the 911 in the Porsche experience in LA, but this, I mean, even in this Boxster, I mean, it's the same, you know, it's just buttery smooth. And that's the thing that might, you know, make some those manual transmission drivers like myself, like, feel a little bit like, I don't know, not know how to feel about this, because it is really smooth. And in most cases, that's what you want, right? Your cell phone screen or anything else that you do, like, you want that smoothness, right? Smoothness is always considered like a great thing. But when you've traditionally driven a manual transmission most of your life, and you enjoy driving a manual transmission, it's hard for you to kind of get used to this. Now, I do admit I like the convenience of not taking your hands off the steering wheel and still be able to shift gears. That's pretty cool, especially in these roads out here, the windy roads that I'm at. It's excellent. But as you're upshifting, especially, you kind of start to lose that feeling that you would with a manual transmission. Where you feel at one with the car, you kind of lose that a little bit, right? Because you're upshifting, and it just happens all of a sudden, you know. It happens quick, but you don't feel like you're the one that actually did that, you know. Like, here we go. You know, it sounds great, it works great, but the feeling is just, it's not, for me, for someone who's used to driving a manual transmission, has been doing it for almost all his life, it just has a feeling it's hard to get used to. The downshifting, on the other hand, that I feel it. I like that, you know. And then especially when you're coming off the freeway, that downshifting is lovely. you'll come into a stop sign, you know, and you're like, it's great, just great. Ooh, yeah, that first gear coming off the stop sign in manual mode, pretty cool. No, I'm not saying this isn't fun. This is a blast, even though it's not, you know, a traditional manual transmission. But yeah, can't deny the fun I'm having with it. Folks, it's Saturday morning, and this Porsche has been so good to me. I just had to take it to Phil's. I had to bless it with Phil's. So yeah, I just had to do it. I say this time and time again, you gotta put these in there, or else you're just gonna have a mess. Get these cup holders out. See how this one works. Not bad, but I hope I don't make a mess. All right, back home. See the other Boxster there. Pull this one in. Although I am going to probably, yeah, like in a couple hours, I'll be taking this car back since I've rented it from Turo. I think I should probably stop there. There is a Ducati there. Well, I hope y'all enjoy the short review of the Porsche 718 that I've rented from Turo. If you like the video, please give that a like, comment, and share if you know someone that might be interested in a car like this, or any sports cars, or just any car enthusiasts in general. And yeah, thanks again for watching. Later.